Hi, it's Drew from ALZO Video, and this is the ALZO radius and linear camera slider. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to assemble a slider and how to switch it from radius to linear mode. First, let's identify the four main parts. This is the flexible track, and it can be installed either curved or straight. Notice that it can be installed in two orientations, like this for radius and like this for linear. This is the base beam that holds the track, and notice the 1/4 by 20 and 3/8 by 16 thread mounts in the bottom center and the ends. And this is the spacer pin, and this is the carriage. To begin assembling the slider, first attach the base beam to a sturdy Pro Video tripod with the cuts in the top facing this way. I'm going to assemble the slider first with the radius and then switch it to a linear slider. Now we fasten the spacer pin to the base beam with the thumb screw with the black rubber O-ring. Then screw in the two plastic T-top thumb screws with the black O-ring in both ends of the base beam. Just start them with a few turns. Now, with the track positioned with the slotted holes down, place the track in the slot in the base beam and leave about 1 inch visible. Now, while holding the base beam like this, press the track against the spacer pin and visually align the hole in the track with the center of the pin. Now bend and fit the track into the other cut in the base beam while pressing with your hand like this. Then press down on the track until it bottoms in the slots and check the alignment of the center track hole with the spacer pin. If the alignment is off, you need to push on the track until you have alignment. Now fasten the track to the base beam with the second thumb screw. Just finger tight is fine. Now finish screwing in both plastic T-top thumb screws. Again, just a firm finger tight. Next, we add the rubber stops in the lower holes on both ends of the track. And finally, remove one rubber stop, slide on the carriage, and replace the rubber stop. And then finally, before adding a camera, move the carriage to the center of the track and screw in the brake until it passes into the track center hole. Always remember to keep the rubber stops in place in the track at all times. If you need to take them out, put them back immediately. Now let's switch it to a straight slider. We reverse the order of assembly to separate the track from the base bar, and now flip the track over. Attach the track to the side of the base beam using the thumb screw with O-ring and the spacer pin. Then the two plastic T-top thumb screws with rubber O-rings. Add the rubber stops and the carriage. It is essential to remember to always keep the rubber stops in the track. If you need to take them out, put them back immediately. There is a very important feature on the carriage, and it is this brake screw. This brake is used to lock the carriage into the center of the track when not sliding a camera. The brake has a nylon tip, so you can stop the slider anywhere on the track. But it is very important to keep the carriage in the center of the track with the brake locked down into the center hole when you're not sliding a camera. You will need a camera quick release, and we include this one in some of our slider kits. And it is also sold as an accessory. It fits perfectly and includes 2 bubble levels and 2 camera mounting screws. When attaching your camera to the slider carriage, it is important to balance the camera on the carriage as best as possible. Start by attaching the quick release plate to the camera offset like this. Then in addition, the quick release plate can be offset in the base plate like this. For best operation of the ALZO Smoothie Radius Slider, keep the camera weight as low as possible and do not add height to the camera with accessories. The slider will operate better with smaller non-zoom lenses, and heavy lenses will be difficult to balance and slide smoothly. The radius of the curve of the slider is 2 meters, or about 6 feet. This means that a subject 2 meters from the slider will be stationary in the frame, while the foreground and background are in motion. The best method of manual sliding is releasing the brake and moving the carriage while holding the brake and applying some downward pressure. You will need a substantial video tripod for stable support of the slider. We recommend that the weight of the tripod should be more than 5 pounds. For example, the ALZO ProPod 5 shown here, or a tripod like the Manfrotto 546B Pro Video tripod. An alternative to a tripod is to mount the slider on 2 heavy light stands like these ALZO stands. These are an excellent choice as the tops have removable threaded studs. This is a stable rig but difficult to reposition. Another choice is using the slider on a table with the accessory ALZO table legs. These mount on the ends of the base beam and provide height adjusters to stabilize and level the slider on any flat surface. But keep in mind that this method lacks the ability to easily adjust the height of the slider. The stability of a slider on a tripod is greatly enhanced with the addition of the ALZO Universal Slider Brace. This telescoping brace attaches to either end of the slider with a small ball head, and then the other end clamps to the leg of the tripod. With the clamps all open, the slider can be height adjusted and rotated 30 degrees. After adjusting the orientation of the slider, we lock up all the wing screws on the telescoping brace, and now the slider is rock solid on the tripod.